Because I mean, shit, we set up dealer rooms for everyone for everybody today. I mean, like I said, there was a very little bit of traffic, but not much. I think everybody's still. It's the problem of getting people used to the Discord servers.
Yeah.
Multiverse did really well with the Discord servers, and I think it's one of those things of putting it in the communications and making sure everybody's aware of, hey, here's how Discord works. Here's here's what we're using it for. Come join the party here. That's when it works pretty well. And I think a lot of people are still getting used to Discord.
Oh, yes, there. Oh, wait, you know what? Admit all.
I want that background, though, because I want to use it for BarCon.
Oh, my background?
Yeah.
The LitCon Lounge one?
Yeah.
Or just without LitCon Lounge, or?
Yeah, without LitCon Lounge, I just want that background because I can put into it what we want.
Oh. I'll have to get with Phoebe and see if she can get it for me. She's the one that did it. Sorry, this one here is the dummy link that goes to Phoebe's show tomorrow, so it won't let me disable the waiting room. So I got to wait and see who I see pop in and then admit them. But that's okay.
How did Jim pass?
Jim.
It took me
because
a second.
It's me.
Yeah.
He was like right on the money.
He's got the skeleton key.
There's always the guy standing there going, "You shall not pass." Yeah, right.
We are on YouTube, but I had to go on my author one. The reason why chat is disabled is because I don't have enough followers on YouTube yet.
Oh.
That's what because I only have 2 subscribers. So that's what it was. I remembered you got to have 10 subscribers before all that stuff goes.
Well, you have more than that. You have like 20.
Well, my author Richard White one, yes, but LitCon, no. LitCon finally allowed me to start and it enabled it so I could finally go live. And that's where I was trying to go live, but I had no chat, so I would have had to wait until I get. And over there, we only get 2 subscribers.
Yeah, and that just happened.
Yeah, because I only had 1.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
And then I hit it.
Oh well, I guess we ought to go hit it.
Yeah,
By the way, I got to tell you, Richard.
Yes, sir.
That view right there, you would make a perfect Bond villain.
Nice.
Henchman, at least.
No, his teeth aren't metal enough.
Rocking the
he's the guy. He's the guy, the agent they sacrifice so that Bond has a reason to seek revenge.
No, I thought that was the girl who got sacrificed.
No, it's usually a guy.
No, the girl comes later.
Oh yeah. It depends how many girls they've got.
That's the one he fondles and takes care of.
It depends how many girls there are, though. If there's 2, you lose 1.
You lose the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm wondering how they're going to play that since the new Bond will be a woman.
They'll just do the same way they always did.
Yeah, that's going to be something. That's going to be something. I don't know how I'm going to like that, changing it up to a woman. Same thing with Iron Man. They're going to.
It works so well for Doctor Who, I hear.
Yeah, I'm behind.
I'm very behind because I won't start till I see the very first episode.
Yeah.
Well, that's my problem. I'm way behind because I've never seen the first episode either. I've never.
You never will.
You'll have to go back to the 60s for that one, brother.
You can't find it.
Oh, I think I've got it actually.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Just because
I don't think I've got the first few because those are some of the lost episodes.
Well, once you realize just how old the guy is, it makes everything look weirder, I think. Like, yeah, he appears as a young guy now.
When you realize how stiff they all act, it makes it much weirder.
Everything makes it weirder.
Tom Baker is still my doctor.
Yes.
It's very.
But I was a big fan of Christopher Eccleston.
Okay.
I wish he'd have gotten more than 1 season, but I understand why he was like, I just want out. I just want to, because that Dark Doctor did.
Don't they all just get 1 season?
No.
Don't they die at the end of the season they're on?
No.
That'd be bad for the numbers.
Well, that would
Way
make.
I mean,
past
like
what the
David
numbers
Tennant
are.
David Tennant, I think, did 4
Yeah, they started going much
series.
faster because they were going for a long time, and then they started speeding up with the newer ones.
You know, like I will tell you where I got lost, and that was and of course I just went blank on his damn name. Was
Matt Brown?
no
Matt Smith?
Matt Smith.
Oh,
Matt Smith. I tried, could not do it.
He's the pretty boy, right? He's the anomaly in Britain.
He's
An
the,
absolute
yeah.
good-looking guy.
He's the
Right.
he's the young guy.
I'm going to
Yeah,
give
it
you
was-
all homework. Everybody should go retweet my tweet. Everybody except for Jim, because he won't go on there. He's pissed off. The last tweet he put.
I need you to buy me dinner before you do that.
Oh,
I'll go out and tweet.
there.
At least,
Hang on a minute.
At least get me drunk.
Let me get to the Twitter. The
Yes.
Twitters. Where's
where
the
is the
Twitters?
Twitters?
The Twitters.
Is it LitCon Lounge that retweeted it?
Yeah, I tweeted LitCon Lounge over on LitCon, which is at official LitCon.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, that 10 times
All right, little
fast.
boy. If
Holy
you're gonna
shit.
stay up here with me, you got to chill.
I retweeted LitCon at LitCon Lounge, so LitCon did with the LitConner. I see it. Join us on LitCon
Okay.
Lounge after dark.
You're gonna go chill.
Yes.
You're gonna go lay down.
We're already off the rails, everybody. We're 45 seconds in.
Whoa. There we go. Go lay down.
There you go.
Nope. And he's
Like
pissed.
I went a step ahead because I'm an overachiever. I liked it and retweeted it.
Oh, hey, shit. We're doing something then. I just figured the more of us that share it, the more people will actually see it. Try to drag some people over here on
Oh, look at that. James Bond is trending.
see. Well, that was because Jim Nettles said something about it.
Must be. Let me
Yeah,
see the
Jim
reason.
Jim is the Twitter czar. He makes things happen.
That was not where I wanted to put that.
That's what she said. Yes, I'm a little surly tonight. Sorry,
What
everybody.
a weird thing to suddenly trend.
I think they're doing a marathon on like TNT or something. That's why.
They must be.
What are they? What are they
Sean
marathoning?
Connery, a Sean Connery retrospective or something.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Bond. Yeah.
There's so much randomness to do with this. I'm looking at the
Right.
latest, and it's just so random the way it's here.
It's so much better than seeing Trump tweet or Trump trend for once.
Oh, give it
Oh.
another hour.
Shh.
He's probably resting his fingers.
Right. Shh. Don't get him started.
Oh, why is that trending?
What do we? Oh, we're checking out what's trending. I'm on Black Ops Cold War. Trump supporters gather at the march in Trump, Washington. Proud Boys and New York election news and updates. And Lane Kiffin, whoever the hell that is.
Coach.
Okay, I see. It's just retro stuff. Okay.
Trending. Oh, that's why. Got it. No.
I like how my trending is going to be very different from yours.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, you're in a different country.
I wonder how many of these are similar. UFC.
Maybe that's why James Bond is trending. He might be on CBC. They might be running a marathon.
Oh, who knows? It would look super random. Oh, look. Apparently, Drake did something to make people pronounce him dead.
Location.
Hoboken, yep, Maple Leaf Gardens. Oh boy, a bunch of hockey stuff tonight.
Well, yeah.
Wow, Saturday night and there's hockey stuff trending. That's new.
Hockey stuff trending is new.
Well,
Forget
they
about
did have a
Saturday
season this
night.
year. It's just weird to see it trending right now.
Just forget about it being Saturday night.
Yeah,
Well-
I want to see.
I'm just weird out that it's trending at all
There we go.
for the stuff that is. Okay, it must be just people retroing like crazy.
I'm on my phone, so I can't see the trends. Let me.
South Carolina.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about South Carolina football right now.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh, Badgers at Wolverines.
That just doesn't sound like a good combination.
All right. So here's what's trending on mine. Trump supporters gather at march for Trump in Washington. Black Ops Cold War. Proud Boys. Hashtag do your job, Emily.
Emily,
And,
do your job, okay?
and
It's
then
not that
California
hard.
election news and updates. That's a little old. How about we get with the times there?
I got Rip Drake. Who died?
Drake basically just did something to get people, mad at him on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just one of those, canceled culture things.
I can't repeat the first one on my other trend because Richard will get upset.
Oh boy.
Mine's extremely boring compared to yours.
I have the Rip Drake COVID_19.
Oh, I don't even have COVID trending. What did I do?
Ulan is trending.
Oh, really? I've got UFC, RIP Drake, Happy Birthday Ryan, which is just some person named Ryan who died, who they're trying to get happy birthday tweets about. No one in particular. James Bond, and a hashtag "You're too young for me." If. Ooh, let's check that out.
Well, I got Crawford Brook.
I got
Lane
Lane Kiffin trend.
Milton.
That is true. You're too young for me if you can't read or write in cursive. That is true.
Maloney, Flamez, Chaos Williams, Don Brown. Oh, here you go.
It is the 8th Doctor's birthday today. Paul McCann.
Okay.
McCann.
Well, he was right after Baker, wasn't he?
I have no idea. You're talking to the wrong nerd, brother.
I think he was right before Eccleston. Pretty sure. Why is the Grinch trending? Mine are much more fun than yours.
Yeah, I got some really shitty stuff going on and trending over here.
I got the Grinch trending.
Oh, what's going on in entertainment? No,
you don't want to do that. That doesn't sound healthy.
Oh, Jersey Shore family vacation.
Oh, there's something you really want to be marathoning.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's garbage. I swear to God, the guy that come up with reality shows like that should have been shot 15 minutes before he thought about it.
Okay, that's weird. Okay, so apparently Paul McCartney and Taylor Swift interviewed each other.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, for Rolling Stone.
Hey, did you see the whole big snafu they had a couple years back when well, it wasn't even that long ago. It was probably like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, when Paul McCartney was featured on a Kanye West song.
Yes, I remember that.
And the Twitter blew up over it was some dude or some chick went on there and tweeted a tweet, and it's like, oh my God, I don't know who this Paul McCartney guy is, but Kanye just blew his career out of the water or something, blew his career right up or something like that. And oh my God, that tweet freaking blew up. It's like, are you shitting me? If it wasn't for Paul McCartney, there wouldn't be no Kanye West, you jackass.
Oh, I'm entering the weird area of entertainment trending. Little Nas X teams up with Michael J. Fox. I don't understand.
Trending here.
Come on, something good's gotta be trending here.
How about here's a topic to cover, and I know Joe will like this one. How many movies got halted in 2020 from production or from release?
Ugh.
Well, there was one big one.
Yep.
And that was 1984.
Yeah.
Boy, that would have been timely.
Well, that was Wonder Woman 1984.
Yes, I knew what you meant.
All right, good.
Wonder Woman 1984, Black Widow, Free Guy got delayed again after just releasing a new trailer for December. Got pushed back yet again.
Tenet came out, but nobody saw it.
Well, looking at the state of England for COVID, I understand.
The one I was looking forward to coming out this year, and of course, coronavirus halted it and everything. and I understand why, was Top Gun Maverick. I've waited 26, 23
Oh,
years
right.
for that sequel.
You forgot about that.
Growing up, that was one of my favorite movies. I was a Top
Boy,
Gun
does
nut.
he look old in that movie, though. Holy crap. In
Oh,
that
yeah.
trailer. God.
Yeah, well, see, I'm not a Tom Cruise fan.
No, but you tend to remember when he has a trailer for something out because it's blasted everywhere.
Oh, the New Mutants. Oh, the New Mutant is
No
actually
Time
out.
to
It
Die.
came out. Yeah, it came out.
No Time to Die for James Bond fans.
Yeah,
Yep.
because my niece saw New Mutants in the theater, so at least something came out. But it had already been delayed like 3 years as it was.
Oh, it looks like Wonder Woman 1984 is coming out Christmas Day.
Yeah.
If
aren't
they
going
manage to, I'll
straight
be
stream?
impressed. There's no
Okay.
way.
Coming to America Part 2.
Why?
What?
It basically, we're going back to 1984. We're just going to sequel everything.
The
From
Candyman
We've been doing that for
reboot.
years. It's just more
Yep.
obvious.
The Candyman reboot.
Didn't we have that discussion last night about all the remakes and stuff? Or was that this morning?
That was, sometime in
This weekend?
24
All the
hours.
remakes? The Star Wars discussion.
I swear to God, I think Hollywood ran out of goddamn ideas. I mean, some of them could really use it because, and I'm speaking on the action film ways, because there were some really, really good 80s and 90s movies that were in the action sense that could use today's
Technology.
technology.
Well, it's like they keep talking about the sequel to Last Starfighter.
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah. That'll be weird.
Ivan Reitman's going to come back?
No, but Dan Aykroyd and
Yeah, I know they are.
Wow, haven't seen him in forever.
Jason Reitman is the one who's directing it, his son.
Yeah, I know. I am looking forward to seeing that one.
Yeah.
Dune.
Right.
It was originally scheduled for December 18th. Venom, which was supposed to be in October.
Well, oh yeah, they made a sequel, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Jungle Cruise with The Rock. Oh man, we don't get our Rock fix this year.
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
If anyone can, knock some sense into COVID to go away for a movie,
Right?
it'll be him. You saw what he did to his gate. Did you see that?
The Eternals were supposed to come out in November.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like everything's.
Why is Steven Spielberg remaking West Side Story?
He's
Really?
really bored.
The Batman.
Right. That's the guy.
2022. It was 2021.
Yeah.
That's freaking Shovelhead, right?
Yeah. That's the guy from Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sparkling
Doctor
Vampire.
Strange's sequels moved to 2022.
What was that?
Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah. Then the multiverse, yeah.
Of Madness.
Yeah. And all the TV shows on Disney that are going to lead into it, all the other movies that follow it, everything gets delayed.
The
Christmas
how I
Avatar
connected they made it.
2021. Christmas 2021 was supposed to see the long-awaited arrival of James Cameron's Avatar sequel,
Yep.
which would then be followed by a new Star Wars trilogy the following year. The two franchises would then have alternated each season until Avatar 5 in 2027.
Oh my
But as coronavirus shoved more and more blockbusters into 2021,
Yeah.
they decided in late July to shift all 7 movies back a year. So Avatar 2 will arrive in 20.
It's going to be craziness at the theater once everything comes out.
You're assuming there's going to be any theaters left open.
Oh, exactly. We're
In
We're
all honesty, I think this would be the golden opportunity to revisit
Drive-ins.
Drive-ins.
Yep.
We have some. We have some over here.
we have one that's maybe 2 hours from us.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drive-ins within an hour drive of me.
Wow.
Two of them. Well, one of them is within 5 minutes of me. I can drive to
Jeez.
the Ozoner. 5 minutes down the road.
The last time I was at the drive-in was to see Jurassic Park, the first one.
Well,
So,
I've worked on
It's been a while.
There's been a couple of projects I've been involved in this year where we've worked on pop-up drive-ins and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And they've been packed. And I think that's, if I had some cash, that kind of cash sitting around, I'd probably start trying to pop some back open.
Like just have the theaters that are like have theaters put in mandatory like spacing and just show some old movies. Just only have 1 or 2 movies going total. Just have the spacing in place. And the rest of the time they can be cleaning. People are going to go crazy without entertainment and stuck at home.
That, or they're just going to have to do which is going to be a huge block. It's going to be a huge freaking money drain unless they find a way to build a streaming service like Netflix.
Yeah.
MGM or, those places build their own streaming service where they do some sort of a subscription based thing, or you pay similar prices to the theater price to watch it at home, direct to screen.
One of the things I think this is doing to us this year is it's basically forcing businesses to sort of get out of the dark ages and sort of modernize and revisit their policies on everything. Revisit how things, and stop relying on the same methods all the time.
I wish we could mow lawns by drone. I wish we could mow lawns with a drone so that I could be still working even though I'm sick.
Right.
I always said I wanted to. They have the robotic lawnmowers out.
Oh yeah.
I said, why don't we come up with an idea? I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot now. So
it'll be tomorrow announced.
It'll be announced. Yeah, be announced tomorrow on Twitter. #drone mower.
$1 billion idea.
Hashtag Richard's a sucker for giving it away for free.
Hang on, let me tweet about it as an idea.
But come on, I mean, you can sit there. We can sit there.
Oh,
we
Jim,
can
you got a haircut.
We can.
No, I
sit
did
here
not.
Oh, it's just
in America.
I broke down and took a
fly
shower.
a drone over Afghanistan and fire a missile. There's no reason why I can't sit here in Amsterdam, fly a drone with a lawnmower attachment on the bottom of the damn thing, land it in Ballston Spa and mow a lawn.
I think it'd be the navigation for making sure all the little pieces on the lawn need to be picked up first.
Well, yeah, you'd have to have a camera and a couple of sensors and stuff to see what you're doing.
Like we have no trees on our property, and I'm constantly picking up branches and stuff from the neighbors, like constantly.
Oh, just we do that constantly on
it's ridiculous.
Every one of our properties.
It's ridiculous.
Every one of our properties
takes me twice as long as a result.
We have one that we have to, after we mow her lawn and clean it up and do the trimming and everything like that, we literally have to either hand rake or blow the lawn down to the edge of the road.
Wow.
And the driveway to the edge of the road. We cannot blow the grass that got on the driveway back onto the lawn because you just mowed. Her reasoning is, if you blow the contents of the driveway back onto the lawn, you just dirtied up the grass you just cut. And I swear to God, if you miss a stick, she will call the boss and say, we weren't there to mow. It's like, what do you mean we weren't there to mow? You can see bright stripes. But she's one of them that's just really, really picky. So we cater to it and we do what she wants. And that's what we do. We blow it all the way down to the end of the road and pick it up that way. I'm tiring Joe.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that comment. Have my microphone muted.
You did.
Who's out there in YouTube land watching us? Probably us.
Just us.
Somebody's really, 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 really fascinated by the study of humans and those that are doing digital conventions.
Right. What's something good to cover?
Baby Yoda sucking down eggs for wipe out a species.
I've gotta watch these shows with the Baby Yoda, so I can kind of like catch up because
it's a pretty decent little series.
and the thing is, I have no excuse because I actually have the subscription. I just haven't taken the 5 minutes to sit down. I thought I might try to do it sometime this winter.
Yeah, there's not a lot of episodes. Since I can see that they're short seasons, so it won't take you long. Yeah, it won't take you long.
something like Cobra Kai, 8 or 9 shows
Yeah.
per season.
It's not, the stuff that goes on TV for like 23 episodes. It has 20 filler episodes.
What'd you think of that, Joe? Have you watched that?
What, Cobra Kai?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first season tremendously. I thought it was amazing. The second season has its ups and downs, but now that I've discussed it nauseum with people, the second season is not as bad as I originally thought it was. But it's still, I wasn't really all into that. What's going on with the third season's interesting, from what I hear. So I'm excited to be back in that. But of course, then I gave up my Netflix, so now I won't be able to watch it. So,
Oh, geez.
damn it, why couldn't it just stay on YouTube? I was one of the few people who have YouTube Premium, so I could watch it.
Right. Well, that's where I started watching it. Everybody, and the funny thing is I'd watched season 1 and season 2 way back when it had had been released on YouTube by YouTube, and I've been waiting for season 3 forever. Everybody else just watched season 1 and 2 on Netflix. It's like, oh, I can't wait for season 3. Are you kidding me? I've been a year waiting for this shit.
I like that it's vindicated. Because I've always had the opinion that Daniel LaRusso was the true bully in the series, and I feel like Cobra Kai is kind of vindicating me in that respect. But yeah, I believe that Daniel LaRusso was the guy. He instigated everything that has ever happened to him in his life, at least in the crux of the Karate Kid movies, except for season 3, which was the subversion of the trope. However, if he doesn't go with Terry Silver and think that he was such a badass dude, would season 3 even matter? Because it wouldn't even have happened. So he's still making mistakes. He just made a different mistake in not season 3, but movie 3. But movie 2 and movie 1, Daniel LaRusso is the bad guy. I'm telling you all this right now, and I am right. I know I'm right.
We're not alone in that thought. I think pretty much everybody says that.
Especially against my boy Johnny Lawrence. He is definitely the bad. Because here's the definitive proof. I will give you definitive proof right now why Johnny Lawrence is the good guy and Daniel LaRusso is the bad guy. At the end of the fight, that ends up giving Daniel LaRusso the title, he's getting hoisted up. And what does Johnny Lawrence go and do? He goes and says, "Great fight, man. The right guy won. You deserve to be champion." And what does Daniel LaRusso go? "Oh yeah, thanks a lot. Go away." And he kicks him. That is the bully. I'm telling you, that is the proof. All of the proof you need to know that Daniel LaRusso is the jerk.
Suppose a bad guy gave good sportsmanship. The supposed good guy, not. That's why would we cheer bad sportsmanship?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know why either. But that's the proof that you need to know that Daniel LaRusso is the bad guy. Plus, the 3 things in which he gets in trouble for: he kicks the radio. He then the Johnny Lawrence and his buddies were just going to the dance. They were in the bathroom. What does he do? He puts a hose on them. He deserved getting his ass kicked. I would have kicked his ass. He did that to me. I mean, come on. I mean, what other proof do you guys all need? I mean, I can keep going if you'd like. I can go on to the second movie. The whole thing for Chosen and his group is honor, and that's the thing that he really believes is how he judges things. And what does Daniel LaRusso do? He craps all over that. He just says, screw you and your honor. I'm just gonna be a whiny kid, and I'm gonna take one of your native girls, and I'm gonna show you up at every chance I get. Cutting down the ice, and then he doesn't even have the decency to kill him at the end. Come on, finish the job, Daniel.
Joe, have you ever watched the Honest trailer for Karate Kid?
No.
You should. It gets into what you're saying. It gets into what you're saying.
I love that show.
Yo, it's fantastic.
That is a fun one to watch.
Oh,
That guy is great.
oh, that Cinema
The way he
Sins,
rips
they're
apart
all
Avatar-
great.
The way he rips apart Avatar is like,
Oh,
why are there blue people here? Where did this come from? Why are they sniffing flowers? What is going on? This movie makes no fucking sense. I was so with him on that. And then, of course, he rips The Last Jedi and all the Star Wars stuff. Does that with a passion. But
what was it he did recently? He did the entire Indiana Jones trilogy, I think.
oh, really?
Yeah, and he did the National Treasure movies.
Oh, I hope he crapped all over this.
He got into it.
Oh, God, that movie was awful.
My parents love it, but it's one of those things because it's mindless entertainment.
No,
I think so.
That's not even mindless entertainment. That's boring dribble. Oh.
Well, that's Nicolas Cage mostly.
What, the Kingdom of Skull? No, that Kingdom of Skull is the Nicolas Cage isn't in the.
No, Nicolas Cage was National Treasure.
Yeah.
National Treasure. I'm like
Kingdom of the Skull is the
fourth one that had
Indiana Jones.
that
Shia
had
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf in it as
God.
the son.
I can't stand Shia LaBeouf.
He's interesting. He's a
interesting.
character. He's a character.
I will say, and I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth, but I will say that the Transformer movies got progressively worse every time that he wasn't on them. So, and they were bad to begin with. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Seen them all.
how has Jim Jarmusch never got $1 million to make a movie, but Michael Bay gets $65 million? I'll never know. You know, come on. That guy wouldn't know 3-act structure if it was tattooed on his eyeballs. You know?
The only thing I really didn't like with the Transformers movies is you couldn't tell them apart. It was just noise and metallic car pieces. When they made sure you
and
could
a lot of short shorts of Megan Fox.
Well,
which,
that's the only thing that had to get people to come watch the giant robots who were barely on screen. If she shows up, you know she's going to be in danger, and therefore the robots will show up. She's like the little cue, you know? It's like, look at the screen. There's going to be robots in a second. So you abandon what you're looking at on the computer. The second movie was the worst one, though.
I don't know. I don't think I made it through the first one. So
The second one was when they...
Is that the one where they kill Optimus Prime?
No, I think that was the third one. Second one was where they introduced the Constructicons that could turn to one giant robot. And it had the wrecking balls from the thing dangling in the crotch because you need a good ball joke in there. So
that is where I checked out from the Transformers new franchise. They lost me there. I did like the new Bumblebee movie though.
Oh yeah, that was probably the best one, honestly. I didn't mind. The last night.
The movie that John Cena was in? Oh my god!
It says a lot that that's a good one.
Yeah, exactly. It was a.
I blame the actress for it being good.
Yeah.
I blame her for it being good because Cena has one style.
No, yeah, John Cena was very not part of my equation in that. It was just for a Transformers movie, it had a very low bar to surpass. We'll put it that way.
Well, that's exactly what they did. They had to lower it enough to get John Cena.
To give a little credence to John Cena, he's at least he's a better actor than Josh Duhamel, who was.
There's a name I haven't heard in a while. He's trying, but he just.
Who's that guy? I'm not familiar with that guy.
You ever see the TV show Las Vegas?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, then you wouldn't know who Josh.
It's been a long time back.
That's the only thing he's ever been in other than Transformers.
Got
He was the Army Ranger in the Transformers movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm a wrestling fan, so I kind of rooted for John Cena. And I actually appreciated his role in the movie because I think for someone who come from, the WWE scene into film, I think he did a rather okay job.
I'm not opposed to John Cena.
Yeah. He's got his time. He's got his moments.
I like his comedic timing. He's really funny, actually. but he's the same guy in every single thing he's done, except for that one movie where he played the drug dealer in Tina Fey movie. He was pretty funny in that, even in that character. But that's the only character he's ever played.
And I blame casting. I honestly blame casting
in
now.
everything else he's done. So
Right.
It's casting for him. That's why it happens. They see what he looks like they limit the roles they're going to offer him.
That's what makes Howard Stern the ultimate acting genius, right? He was in one movie where he played himself.
Yep.
And then he got out. He was actually slated to be Joey Ramone in the Ramones biography.
Okay.
He was
okay.
I could kind of see that.
I can kind of see it. Yeah.
But he pulled out because he said to himself, you know what? I've slam dunked this thing in Private Parts. I'm getting out while the getting out's good, so that nobody can make fun of my acting skills. Because, even still, I mean, we're not talking Academy Awards or anything like that. We're not talking about any judgmental things that you can just, we're not talking about any thespian accolades here. We're talking about the guy played himself, So, but still, you get in, you get out, and you're done. And he doesn't need it. And I think that's pretty smart.
I like Private Parts. It was decent. I mean, it was, like you said, it wasn't like high art by any means, but I thought it was a decent movie.
Paul Giamatti makes that movie so much better, though.
Oh yeah, totally.
I loved him as what was Pig Face or whatever they called
Pig
him.
Vomit, I think you called him. Yeah. Yeah, that was.
But Howard Stern is the ultimate. To bring this back to authoring and to bring this back to why everybody wants to be at this convention, he is the ultimate reason why, no matter what you write or how you write, he proves the point very simply that there's a marketplace for everything, and that and just because you write something and you get 1-star reviews, that's better than getting no reviews, because the thing that always stuck with me about that movie and about Howard Stern, because I had heard this before that movie and before the book, was he had 50% of his audience watched and listened to him because they loved him. 50% of his audience, the other 50% of his audience watched him because they hated him, and they both said the same thing as to why they watch him. They wanted to see what he would say next. An audience for everything, everybody. Good night.
Love you or hate you as long as they're watching.
Yep.
It doesn't get any better than that, Richard. I don't know if I can top that. Sorry. No, but I mean, as far as athletes go, I mean, I would consider professional wrestlers athletes, but maybe that might be a debatable topic. I don't know.
I do, but not the reason I do is because the level of fit they have to be, the skills and everything else, but they're not. It's not athletic competition they're engaging in. It's acting.
But even if it's manufactured, I mean, even if it's synthetic, you're okay with it.
They do get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, as far as athletes go, who do we think is probably the best who's transcended into another medium?
The smart ass in me wants to go and say Dennis Rodman.
No.
But he starred in Demolition Man. I mean,
that's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, maybe, with all his essays. I think that might be a good one.
That's not bad. Yeah. And and of course, he fought Bruce Lee. I mean, how cool was that?
Yeah, for sure.
And Bruce always thought, you know what? You know who I would, I'll tell you who I think was probably one of the best. Anybody want a peanut? Andre the Giant was the best, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for Princess Bride. That was a good one, too.
Andre Giant could drink a barrel full of beer. Anybody want a peanut? Sorry, I Love You, Man is one of my all-time favorite movies. So.
Nice.
And The Princess Bride is right up there, too. That's actually my top 20. But
I'm actually rereading The Princess Bride right now. I've been
Oh, yeah?
sort of, yeah. I'm sort of, as I just sit down, I've been reading just little bits of it and working my way back through it.
it's a little bit more cynical than the movie.
Yes, but it's such a fun read.
It is, yeah. I remember reading it, and I said to myself, they made a movie out of that.
Yeah.
How wrong I was about that one. But yeah, so who else? Who else is transcended? I mean, who's
Well,
there
you
been
said
a
Bruce
really-
Lee.
Yeah,
Bruce Lee does count.
he does. So does Jet Li.
Yeah.
Who had
Yeah.
really good stuff. Has there ever been like a athlete that's really transcended into the author universe that we can think of?
Well,
That's been actually them.
Yogi Berra. I
Yeah.
mean, he
Well, in a sense of writing about what they did, what they've done in life.
No, I'm not talking
Or-
about biographing. I'm talking about like an actual like novelist.
Oh, okay. I know.
Jack Kemp, maybe? I don't know.
I know Mick Foley did, but I don't know if. Well, I think a lot of his are
That's
more
a pretty
bio.
good one. That's a pretty good one. He did a
But-
bunch of children's books.
Oh, did he? See, I know he did some biographical stuff, but I know he did some. He did do some other things.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any athletes that I can think of right off the top of my head that I know there's musicians that have written novels, but I don't know.
musicians, I think, tend to do more crossovers,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, than athletes do.
There's a ton of actors who became musicians, but I mean that's almost
Yeah, that too.
yeah.
The Bacon brothers can't forget that.
Would Hemingway count?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's not a bad one.
Yeah. Probably the most famous one.
Maybe. Well,
Yeah. Yeah, if you think about it. But I think that was just the time.
yeah.
Well, I mean, that was also during a time when
Yeah.
novelists actually carried real fame.
Yeah.
I like those arguments with Gore Vidal and that other guy. They were definitely famous for sure.
Well, again, I'm a big fan of Hemingway, the guy.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of Hemingway's writings.
See,
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. I think. I thought he was kind of a jerk off, and
Oh, I didn't say he was a good human being. I said he's an interesting one, and I think the real him was more interesting than a lot of his
I
writing.
mean, The Old Man in the Sea. Come on. I mean, that is a pillow. That is not a book. But otherwise,
Oh well, yeah, that's my point. But anybody who's willing to jump in a damn little fishing boat and go chasing Nazi subs, I want to go drink with the guy.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting. There's no doubt he's interesting, but he was kind of surly from what I remember.
Oh yeah, and I mean, he threw good parties.
I mean, I think a dinner with him and William S. Burroughs and Hunter S. Thompson would be like the greatest dinner that's ever existed. But,
Oh yeah,
but we wouldn't get to the main course. I mean, there'd be knives thrown at that point.
yeah, but the amount of alcohol consumed would knock out a liquor store.
Are you kidding me? The amount of alcohol consumed before they even got to the dinner. Between the three of them, they'd already be hammered.
Let's be honest, there wouldn't be a dinner.
Yeah. It's more like it's more like a picnic. They'd all be out on the lawn in front of the house, passed out.
Again, interesting people, not necessarily good human beings, not
Yeah.
necessarily.
I mean,
Doesn't-
if you read about Poe and his life, you want to talk about a jerk.
Oh well, yeah.
Oh, he was a mean son of a bitch.
But man, I don't know anybody who writes prose like that anymore. I mean, that's just there's just no. He's almost untouchable in my eyes in terms of prose. I just think he's the whole reason I started thinking about writing when I was a kid. I was 9 years old, and I was force fed, fantasy, sci-fi stuff because that's what my dad was into and my brother got into it, and I was bored to tears. My first real adult book was Dune, so I was doomed from the start. You know, but I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that. I'm not saying don't at me. I'm just saying that book for
Just because you're
think about
wrong.
it. If you were 8 years old and you picked up that fly swatter of a book and you read the prelude to the prologue, and then you got into chapter 145 pages in, wouldn't you be bored to death if you were 8 years old? I
Well,
mean,
here's the truth of it. I got it, I think, for my 10th birthday, and it took me a long time to actually go in and read it and appreciate it.
yeah,
So no,
I had to read it 2 or 3 times before I could get through it.
You'll notice just the mention of it makes me yawn. So
Well,
it's one of the few books I can't get into.
So I went on my own. I went rogue, and I saw this incredibly like gothic area of the bookstore, and this thing was sticking out about 3 inches out. It was the original Tales, the Telltale Heart, and Other Stories by Edgar Allan Poe, and I absorbed that thing in less than an hour. I was like riveted. I could not believe it. I said, and I first off, I said, this guy wrote more in 2 pages than Frank Herbert wrote in 375. I mean, it's just like, wow, he told a story in
Very
less than
succinct.
10 pages.
Mhm.
Succinct, direct, to the point.
And brilliant and
Oh, yeah.
obtuse and just
Troubled.
incredibly just observant. And I mean, it was all psychologicals. I ate that up with a spoon, man. I just love that stuff. And then I went from that to Shakespeare, and then I started to read about because I don't know if I just got it, but I picked up Hamlet, and I read it right through, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
One night.
I totally understand it, right?
Yep.
And so it's like weird. Why couldn't I get through Dune, which is, the Queen's English, and and I can't get through, I can't get through Dune, but I could get through Hamlet, and then on to Richard III, on to Henry V, Henry VII, all the just, and then I realized that he could write comedy, Much to Do About Nothing. I mean, Midsummer Night's Dream. I'm just going, and then The Tempest was like this weird gender bender, story. I'm just going, this guy's amazing.
Oh, yeah. I knew what he was doing. A question for you, because you've stuck with the very English stuff. Would you ever have you ever challenged yourself to read Rob Roy?
That is a hell of a read.
I mean, I read Tolstoy.
Tolstoy's pretty good. I read Tolstoy for high school.
And,
Yeah. I read him for high school.
But it's just, I did read a lot of like different stuff, but it was just, I don't know why Shakespeare spoke to me right away.
Oh, yeah.
Poe spoke to me right away.
King Lear was fantastic. I didn't like Romeo and Juliet. It's probably my least favorite.
that was kind of that's his kind of Michael Bay.
Yeah, but it's the one everybody knows, unfortunately.
That's because everybody's had to go through it, because in high school they hope to become the lead so they can get a kiss.
My sister quotes Macbeth all the time.
There you go.
See, Macbeth was my favorite.
Yeah, Macbeth is really up there. It's basically King Lear, Hamlet, Macbeth.
Mine goes Macbeth, then Hamlet, then Lear.
What is the one that's banned around here? What's the one that's banned here? You can't get a copy.
Banned in Canada?
It's banned in this region because this region was settled by Germans initially. Back
Richard III?
No. What is it called? Is it Silas Mariner? No. What is it? Oh no, it's The Merchant of Venice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's banned here. You can't find it any bookstore, anything. Wow. This whole region, because this area was originally
a pretty tame book.
Yeah, but somebody said something, and German heritage in the area, like the the next city over used to be called Berlin, and it was renamed during World War One because of the connotations. So they named it after one of the people fighting from England. So it became Kitchener.
Yeah, and yet it took the Washington Redskins 37
Oh, yeah.
years.
We had funny enough, we do have a rural road here that they still haven't renamed, but everybody really, really wants them to, but except for the people on the street. It's like 6 houses, and it's called Swastika Trail.
Oh yeah, come on.
Like,
Wow.
I kid you not. It still exists. It's been there since forever because of the German heritage thing when it didn't mean what it means now.
That's like Rick Perry's Ranch. You know, I won't repeat what Rick Perry's Ranch is named, but you know, come on, dude, have a little common sense, would you?
Like they've tried multiple times, and just nothing ever comes of it. Like nobody lives there. It's like maybe 10 people total.
Well, yeah, that would be a weird. Like it would be weird if there was like a Jewish center there.
Oh, there's no way. Not even. No one would probably go even close. But it comes up every few years. They make up. There's a petition and stuff, but the people who live there won't.
Nobody lives there, so who gives a crap?
The people unless the people who live there go for it, no chance. I figure eventually by force it'll happen. Eventually.
There was a time. I don't know if you guys are. Well, pretty much everybody here is probably around the same age, but there was a time in 1984 when there was a movement in America to remove all the Elm Streets from.
What?
Yeah, it was getting crazy.
What?
Yeah,
I still think that was really movie marketing, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Probably, but yeah, I mean,
on that note, look up Dreamer's Paradise on YouTube.
Okay.
It's Freddy Krueger version of Gangster's Paradise. It's by this group called the Merkins. They do a lot of horror themed parodies of.
They did one. They just did one that was what was it? The one that released this week.
Damn, they've been on a tear this year.
It was because it was the Mandalorian. It was Baby Yoda. Paradise by the. It was
what was it?
It was GNR. It was their GNR cover.
Hang on.
Paradise City.
Yeah, Paradise City, and I'm trying to remember what the name of the.
Hang on, I'll get it for you in a second. Because I have them on my Facebook.
Yoda City.
Oh, what was it?
Tatooine City.
No. It's literally a reference.
Dagobah City.
Oh, what is it? Where is it?
Paradise Dagobah.
Where is it, guys? Come on. It was just out. How can it be buried already?
There was an Airbnb that had Dagobah in it. Like they did like a parody of an Airbnb, and it was the Swamp of Dagobah. Learn the Jedi way, it said, and it was like you great hiking trails.
Where is it?
Meditation
It was a little
caves.
scarce, but it said bring your own food.
Check out the meditation caves.
Yeah, check out. Yeah, there was a nice little the soup center. You know,
I can't find it on their Facebook page. Hang on.
Hang on a minute.
Green Child of Mine.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, jeez.
That's great. I love that.
I think they might have gone trouble. That's why I couldn't find it. But I figured they probably get all their permission, so I don't know what would have happened there.
Yeah, Axl Rose is a pretty tame guy when it comes to that stuff.
They might have got in trouble over the footage though because they use actual footage.
They used a bunch of footage
Disney
from the show.
Like some stuff they're fun.
Trouble on YouTube for that. But
they did one back when they aired the Game of Thrones finale called Seven Kingdom Army.
Did it have the coffee cup in it? I
think they did. It was somewhere in there. They've done a bunch of. Yeah, it's not even here on our YouTube channel. It's been pulled.
I have literally watched 7 minutes of Game of Thrones.
Same.
And I could have not been more bored in my life. I just this is terrible. What?
I think I've seen one episode in total.
I mean, I read the Red Wedding, and I was like, dude, What?
They did one for Leatherface, Friends with No Faces.
I know. I'm really making a lot of nerd friends tonight. I know.
They've been busy people. They used to do like
nobody's
one song a
watching.
year. They used to do one song a year, and now they're just like every month. So
What
they're
else
really
do they
bored.
have to do?
Are you a big parody song guy? You like parody song?
I do.
Are you a big Richard Cheese fan?
No.
It's Weird Al. It's got to be Weird Al.
Weird Al, the Merkins.
Do you know who Richard Cheese is?
Yes. Oh, who's the other one?
Dr. Demento.
Insane Ian. Insane Ian's pretty good. It's more. He's more folk music.
Yeah.
Where it gets into more of the nerd stuff. Ninja Sex Party, but they're more, again, funny.
I have friends that do folk. Their names are the Faithful Sidekicks.
Okay, yeah. There's some really good folk artists out there.
There are. It's pretty amazing.
And Ian basically promotes them all. So I find out about them through him. I'm like, okay. There was a Canadian duo here in Toronto for years and years, and they finally called it quits maybe 4 years ago. But they did a song, and it was a parody of "Let It Snow" from Frozen. It was "Make It So."
Yeah.
And it was basically the reason why Weird Al didn't do one. He didn't do a "Let It Snow" video because of them, because he said he can't do anything better than what they did.
Yeah.
But it was just.
He's not. He's a Star Wars guy though. He's not a Star Trek guy.
Oh, he does everything.
Has he touched Star Trek in his parody?
I don't think he has, but because I don't think it comes out often enough for him to care.
The Saga Begins is brilliant.
That was really interesting. I'm finding a lot of people on YouTube are starting to discover him.
Yeah.
And that's been fun to watch because they're actually going back and watching
this here Anakin guy. Maybe Vader someday later, but now he's just a small fry.
No, but going back and watching his old stuff where it's really just him, an accordion, and his the guy he just met that day banging on the accordion case, and it was another one rides the bus.
Yeah.
And it's just insane. And the guy has managed to stay out of lane his political leans to be known in any way, shape, or form. So he's basically just manages to straddle it.
And he doesn't do it unless he gets permission. He gets permission from all the artists.
He's run into trouble twice. And and it's why he changed his policy. Because I think it was Snoop Dogg he got in trouble with for one of his biggest hits.
Yeah.
And it's because he had contacted the record label and label gave permission, but they didn't bother asking Snoop Dogg.
And
so ever since
then turned him down as well. I know Eminem turned him down.
Yeah, Eminem turned him down. He let him do a song, but he wouldn't let him do a music video.
Yeah.
So he did a fake interview with Eminem and then played the song during the video off his stereo. So it's
I mean Michael Jackson apparently was a big fan.
Oh, him and Little Richard. Little Richard literally loaned him his dancers when he did the Living with a Hernia.
The fat video, he did exactly everything. Same director, same actors,
everything.
That's brilliant.
The same locations, everything. Michael Jackson was a huge fan.
Maybe I should admit this on camera, but I am even a big fan of UHF. I think that movie was amazing.
UHF was decent at the time.
It doesn't hold up. I haven't seen it.
I haven't watched it in years. I think I've watched it twice. But it was decent at the time. But then again, that was the type of mood I was in for movies.
Wheel of Fish.
Like you have to understand, I sort of grew up during John Candy's prime.
Oh yeah.
So I had I was the right age for his movies and every single John Candy movie.
Speaking of Shakespeare, are you a big Strange Brew fan?
Oh, I love Strange Brew.
Strange Brew.
The retelling of Macbeth, done by the Mackenzie brothers and Jelly Donuts.
I love Mel Blanc's voice as the dad in that movie. That is just fantastic. It sounds like Sylvester yelling at them.
That movie's awesome. That movie, I remember watching it as a kid going, I want to be a Mackenzie brother. That just looks cool.
Take off.
And you lived your wish. Oh,
Yeah.
Throws me off when he does
Jelly
that.
done it coming.
You've and then there's all the Mel Brooks stuff. We had to. It was my English literature class, my last year of high school. Our teacher was the department head, and for literature, he put on Blazing Saddles for us to watch and analyze. I'm not saying he was a weird teacher, but if he picked that for literature, it was a very easy class. Let's just say that.
I have to be quite frank, my favorite Mel Brooks movie is To Be or Not to Be. That's my favorite.
Really?
I like that movie a lot. Yeah. I mean, Blazing Saddles is.
Oh yeah, Blazing Saddles is Blazing Saddles and Spaceballs. Yep.
Yeah, History of the World, Spaceballs. Yeah.
Yep. All that stuff. Was Young Frankenstein him?
Yep.
Yeah. I was pretty sure I remember that right.
Pretty much everybody else's favorite is Young Frankenstein.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Really?
I've never seen it.
And I'm a big fan
yet
of
it's one of the few. It's one of the few Mel Brooks movies my mom has watched though, but I haven't.
The original producers, not that.
Yeah, the original, not.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Mel Brooks is comedy gold.
Knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, other than Life Stinks, that movie, otherwise, then you know.
And then there's all the Monty Python stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah, got a Monty Python in there, which in my mind includes a fish called Wanda, just because of Cleese.
Yeah,
Cleese is in it. You know, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's connected.
Do you think that all Terry Gilliam movies are connected though?
That's a little bit rougher stretch because it gets weird.
Eric Idle.
Eric Idle is. I miss Eric Idle.
So Monty Python movies, what's your favorite?
Life of Brian.
Life of Brian.
Yeah. We watched that for church youth group.
Anybody else?
I'm not saying I had a really weird childhood, but
yeah, apparently.
We watched
church youth group. That's very interesting.
We watched Life of Brian, and then we watched The People Under the Stairs.
All right.
That was a Wes Craven one, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then another time
was this one of those places where they offered you Kool-Aid?
No. This was the Anglican Church, which is, I guess, the Episcopal for you guys.
Yeah,
I'm starting to. You're like the voice in the sky, Jim. Every time you want to speak, you just go off camera and.
Yeah, he has a microphone over there or something.
I am the voice of God.
But and then
is my camera not on? I thought I am.
And then the other time we watched a strange movie was.
You're good.
Okay.
We watched the
Basketball
Diaries.
Sorry.
The Basketball Diaries.
There's 2 gyms in here. Sorry, I apologize.
There's too many gyms.
Got you.
You got to fight to the death. Last author standing.
Mr. McGowan, what was your favorite Monty Python?
Oh, I liked Meaning of Life just because it was balls out weird, silly. I know, like
as random as anything.
Yeah, I know that's an unpopularly held opinion, but
no. It's up there. It's up there.
Yeah, I mean they're really on equal footing in a lot of respects.
They're part of the top 3.
Other than now for something completely different, which was just basically an extension of the Monty Python.
The show, yeah.
That was just the sketches.
So. Other than that, the three Monty Python films though I think are all totally on par with one another.
Yeah.
I don't think it's one half of the other, right? I mean, How about for you, Richard? What's your favorite?
The Holy Grail.
See, there you
go.
So
we've got the 3 covered.
Yep.
What about you, Joe?
I would have to say Holy Grail is probably my favorite, simply because it's more Shakespearean than the other.
That makes sense.
But I really, there's incredibly funny stuff in both. Life of Brian, the death stuff in Life of Brian is like my favorite. And then
song.
and Meaning of Life is probably the lowest of the 3, but there's some really funny stuff in that too. I mean,
Back of the Crimson, Permanent Assurance.
Yeah.
Apparently, the song at the very end of Life of Brian, when they're on the cross, spoilers. Apparently, that wasn't supposed to be part of the movie. That was just a random thing they were doing, and the cameras were still rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
They kept it in.
That's
There's
awesome.
a lot
being one. Oh yeah. Well, that's
a
what you
lot
did
of
with
happy
those guys. Just set the camera loose on them and see what you get.
Yeah. There's a
Well,
lot of happy accidents in those movies, but I have to agree with you, Daryl. I'm now thinking about it. Fish Call Wanda is pretty much an extension. I mean, the entire cast is in it, other than
Oh, yeah.
Gilliam.
Yeah.
It's very close. It connects somewhat weirdly, and then just because I want to have Jamie Lee Curtis included with Monty Python somehow.
Well, I would say that I want God, he's the guy who played Dave. Oh, God damn it, Evan. What's his name? Come on, guys, help me out.
No.
What are we talking about?
The American in Fish Call Wanda. With the mustache.
Kevin Kline?
Kevin Kline. Thank you.
No. Was it Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin Kline.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's a name you don't hear anymore.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but you don't hear him anymore. He's sort of just. Actually, I'm going to
You've
look
heard
up.
him a little bit more recently because of Dave, but
Yeah. Dave's fairly. Yeah, not surprising that basically entered the limelight again suddenly.
Yeah, right.
Remember when that movie came out?
Dave
That
came
was
out in
great.
like
That's a good
late
movie.
90s, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
It was
way
it
back
was a while
when.
back. Yeah.
That was also when around the same time that Wag the Dog came out.
An American President.
Yep, there was a whole string of them.
Mhm.
Oh, look at that. He's got some stuff in post production.
Yeah,
Like a bunch of stuff.
yeah, he's been in some stuff, man.
Oh, he's doing a voice right now. He's been a voice on for numerous episodes of Bob's Burgers.
Doesn't surprise me.
No, not all. It's like finding out how many voices Mark Hamill does.
All
He's
right.
gonna do the voice of Skeletor in the new He-Man show on
Really?
Netflix. Yeah.
Nice.
That's insane.
He did the Joker too, and
Yep, Joker.
Oh yeah, that's his big thing is the Joker.
And
Yeah.
he was the bad. He was the main bad guy, King, on the Avatar Last Airbender cartoon. He was Zuko's father. For those of you who watched it.
All right, so
Never got into that, but I've heard it's good.
what's one movie you think everybody should see?
Everybody?
Everybody.
Or just the people I like?
Whatever. Well, however you want it distinctive, make it distinctive. I know.
Oh, that is a.
What's a hidden gem in your mind that not everybody talks about, but you really, really enjoyed it, and you think
I don't think it's so much a hidden gem as it's probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
And just it came at the right time for me to be thoroughly enjoyed, and everybody in my family knows it. So I have it on DVD, VHS, possibly DVD twice now at this point, and that's Grosse Point Blank.
That's
Oh.
a great movie.
That was
I have a
just
story about Grosse Point.
it was my first exposure to that type of comedy, and it hit perfectly.
It's a fantastic film.
Oh, it is.
I actually was dating the girl whose uncle wrote that movie.
Really?
Cool.
Well, there's your tie to Hollywood right there, Joe. You should parlay that.
That was the only thing he ever wrote.
You should use that connection to get one of your books made into a movie.
Well, no, he's not alive. He passed away from a heart attack.
But you can still use the connection though.
Yeah.
Hey, I knew I knew this guy.
Who wrote a movie 27 years ago that doesn't
Well, don't remind me that the 90s was that long ago.
Yeah, right. It's
That's
crazy.
weird to think about. That was like 30 years ago at this point.
That movie is fantastic, though.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is absolutely brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Aykroyd's fantastic as a villain. Like just everybody had their A game in that movie.
Absolutely.
That was probably the good role I've ever seen acted.
Didn't they try to do a TV series?
Probably.
Did they?
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Wouldn't surprise me in the slightest either. But
Well, I mean, how they try to make a TV series out of any movie.
yeah.
So, all right, if you're a fan of, have you ever seen The Big Hit?
Yes.
Yes.
I haven't seen that.
That one I always laugh at, despite how ridiculously bad it is.
That's Mark Wahlberg and Chow Yun Fat, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
that's a memory for you.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is Chow Yun Fat's first American film.
That's possible.
I think so. I mean, because I mean, parts of that were just so ridiculous. But that's one that I always like. Say, I'll say, yeah.
But it leads the way for Rush Hour.
Mhm.
All these movies that came after it that were very similar in its style, Even you could even argue Lethal Weapon came out before it, but
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's very similar in that vein as well. But that's interesting. How for you, Mr. McGowan? What do you think?
I'd have to go maybe Hudsucker Proxy with Tim Robbins. That's a really good one that not a lot of people have seen.
What is it?
Hudsucker
Yeah.
Proxy. It's a Tim Robbins movie where
Okay.
he like draws a circle and they think he's an idiot for saying what's this big idea, and it ends up being a hula hoop. And it has a lot more to it than that. It's basically a guy that they make as a leader of a company to I can't even remember the plot of it. I just remember liking it a lot. So maybe
Creating like a nuclear generator or something.
yes, something like that. Yeah, it was pretty good. Or if you're going like just complete and utter like teenage awesome guilty pleasure, Army of Darkness with Bruce Campbell.
Well, yeah, that's
See, Evil Dead 2 is one of my all-time favorite films.
Yeah.
Army of Darkness is very, very good though. Very, very
I Army of Darkness has all the. It's basically a Three Stooges movie that's got skeletons in it. I mean, I love that. Yeah.
now I will tell you another. I am a huge fan. I mean, like say going back to the original Time Machine from the '60s. That's another one I always loved.
The blue Morlocks and whatnot.
The bad blue Morlocks and everything else.
Yeah.
But when you watch the special effects from the film and the storytelling and the details and the way that they did the film for the time, and then there were aspects of when they did that remake, 20 years ago now, that I thought were interesting, but for the most part.
Is that the one that Guy Pearce is in?
Yeah. That was yeah.
I was trying to remember who was in it because I remember Jeremy Irons as the king of the Morlocks, and I'm like,
I can't believe that was the '60s, man.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that is how the '60s are remembered.
Yeah, weird. How about for you, Mr. White? What's a movie that everybody should see that you think doesn't get talked about enough?
It's really, really tough for me to choose just one, but
It's a couple. Jeez.
Yeah.
Come on.
give us a
Work
couple.
with me here.
This is like trying to name your favorite author.
Well, I definitely have to go with two of my favorites, which are What Dreams May Come and Dead
Shakespeare.
Poet Society.
More Shakespeare.
Yeah. It's like he knows you. He's tailoring his answers for you, Joe.
Both Robin Williams movies as well.
Yeah.
Were you a big Robin Williams guy?
Oh, I'm huge. I love
Robin. Did you like World According to Garp?
that one, not as much as I like most of his other films. I'm more of his. I like more of his comedy roles than his more serious roles.
Nice. So I would say that I have two as well. And the first is the greatest Tom Hanks comedy that has ever existed, and that's Nothing in Common with Jackie Gleason. That's the best Tom Hanks comedy ever made. I just dig that movie so much, and I think that he's at his peak funniness, and without that movie and Jackie Gleason to work off of, he doesn't get the role in Philadelphia. That's the movie that Jonathan Demme saw him in, that got him that role. And then the other one is a movie that I think is stellar, that is by a guy that is very hated in the nerdom community, or maybe loved, depending on which way you turn on this. But Mr. Ryan Johnson made a film that is brilliant. It's a noir. It's a noir film called Brick.
I haven't seen that one yet. With
the amazing kid from Third Rock from the Sun, whose name is escaping me.
Gordon Michael Levitt or whatever.
Yeah. That movie is awesome. It's complete noir talk. So they talk it's set in modern day high school. It's a murder mystery movie, and they talk in noir speak the entire time. So it's like, hey, big spender kind of stuff, really, really cool. It's just so unique. And it was Ryan Johnson's first film. And Ryan Johnson then followed it up with a stellar another film called Looper, which also had
Looper is a great movie,
and Bruce Willis playing Joseph Gordon-Levitt. which was great. And yes, did remember his name. His name is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But
Yeah, I checked it out.
but yeah, Brick is one I think everybody should check out. I think everybody would dig it. So it's kind of like watching Ethan Hawke's Hamlet. You know, when he did Hamlet, or when Baz Luhrmann did Romeo and Juliet, where it was kind of a modern setting, but they kept actually here Nerdum fans. Joss Whedon's Much to Do About Nothing, where they took it into a modern setting, but they kept the original prose.
And they filmed it during the writer's strike too, if I remember right.
Yes,
they did. That's exactly why they did it. Yeah, and the first appearance of an iPad or an iPod in a film.
So here's a question for you: Who is your Sherlock Holmes?
Ooh, I would have to go with Junior. RJD is probably my favorite. I know that's probably unpopular, but I don't care.
that's a tough one.
Yeah, that is a tough one.
Yeah, there's.
I know Cumberbatch would be a lot of people's favorite, but
I have to tell you, I'm still a Basil Rathbone fan. Going back to the old school ones.
Now, would the kid Johnny Lee Miller count, since he played him kind of?
I think he should count, because they in the final season and stuff, they went back to England, so they basically were able to really connect it back properly.
He's a great actor, but that was a terrible role for him. But
he survived multiple seasons for it.
Yeah, well, and I
definitely took a direction.
He's my favorite part of Trainspotting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and when they did that one, that was so hit or miss for me.
Yeah.
They had a few good episodes, and they had enough that was interesting for me out of Johnny Lee Miller.
Yeah, it struck me as a Lucy Liu vehicle, is what
it was. She was definitely the star there.
Yeah. But I mean, that for me was hit or miss. I like Benedict Cumberbatch. He is a good Holmes for me for that representation. You go back to, I mean, I think it's interesting to watch the Holmes of the times and which aspects they focus on.
Yeah. At the same time, they all sort of seem to go the same direction.
I mean, I can't fault Robert Downey Jr. for playing Sherlock Holmes and being directed by Guy Ritchie. That's not his fault. But
I very much enjoyed the two of them. Yeah. I thought he did
I thought the second one was actually better than the first one.
I'm pretty sure I heard they're making a third.
They are, supposedly.
Yeah. Whenever they get to it. And these days he can be a lot pickier.
I don't believe Guy Ritchie's on board. I think him and
which will change the flavor a little.
Which might be a good thing.
Yeah. It'll change the flavor. I'm trying to
Dude, I just muscled through 10 minutes of The Gentleman, and I couldn't do it anymore. That movie
Dexter Fletcher's directing it.
That's a fucking terrible film. Guy Ritchie, I don't know where Guy Ritchie was, what he was thinking or doing, but even though it has one of the coolest things I've ever seen, which is a Scottish Hugh Grant, pretty awesome. But that movie's awful, terrible. But anyway, sorry, I'll get off my soapbox.
Dexter Fletcher's directing Sherlock Holmes 3.
Oh, nice. That's a good choice. It'll be a little darker.
Okay, you want an underappreciated movie?
Mm-hmm.
It came out in 1998 and had quite the cast.
Go for it. I can name it in 3 cast members.
Okay. Sharon Stone.
Okay.
But I'm going to go really weird on you here.
1998, you said?
About that, James Gandolfini.
Oh, no.
Gillian Anderson.
Who?
Gillian Anderson. Meatloaf. How's that for enough randomness?
Gillian Anderson, Sharon Stone, James Gandolfini.
Meatloaf.
I know I saw this.
Meet Joe Black?
No. It's a movie about this kid who's basically eventually going to die, and he is befriended by this big kid who's a bit of a bully, and he basically rides around on his shoulders, and he's basically embraced the fantasy idea of he's a knight, and it's called The Mighty.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I remember I had my friends just before he went away on a mission, and his mom worked at the nearest video rental place, and they had just had the copy come in, and they want to make sure they categorized it right, so she brought it home for me and him to watch that night and get our assessment on the movie, because we were basically both like 18, 19 years old, so we were fine for basically everything at that point.
Nice.
So basically just had to make sure it fits certain categories. And it was just, I'm a huge Meatloaf fan, so anxious to see him act. Fantastic.
So
His name is Robert Paulson.
Yes. I saw that movie shortly after that, actually.
That's a great film. Great film.
Oh, yeah. He's been in a few
Unbelievable
things.
Book. That book is gnarly.
Oh, yeah. Definitely read the book. Because the movie doesn't cover half.
It is crazy gnarly. And on that note, Choke is equally or maybe more gnarly than that one. I mean, Choke is just ridiculous. I mean, holy crap, that book was like, wow. That was like if you took Kurt Vonnegut and wrung him out to dry. You know, it's like, holy crap, that movie is just, or that book, sorry, faux pas. The movie's terrible, but the book is really amazing. Fight Club, though, the movie is just phenomenal, and the book is equal.
Yeah.
Another one for our British loving friend here, Joe. Still Crazy.
Yeah, nice.
Watch that every year, at least once.
Really?
Yeah. It's a fantastic film and a really weird cast.
Yeah.
Bill Nighy's fantastic in his role, and
he's underappreciated. That
guy. He really is, and he was the in my opinion the best part of Love Actually, which also see it at least once a year because it's my family's favorite Christmas movie, basically.
I don't know. I enjoyed the Hugh Grant stuff.
That was okay. Hugh was okay. Really the dad and the stepson was a really nice story.
Yeah,
that was very.
Neeson, and it's very hard when Liam Neeson has now threatened everybody's life.
Did you know the son and the girl he liked, they ended up basically being a couple on a cartoon.
Wow.
On Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, nice.
Just for your random connections, and the kid is Hugh Grant's like cousin or something.
I'm gonna look up Bill Nye's IMDb because
please do.
There's probably 3 or 4 of them that I know one right off the bat, which is the Italian Job, but
the original one.
Yeah, he was one of
he's been. I think he's becoming more appreciated over time.
Well, yeah, obviously Pirates of the Caribbean helped that a lot, but and Love Actually probably helped.
But he's getting pretty up there now. So he's got to be a little careful. Wow. 1949. Whew. Older than my parents. Oh, that's right. He was in that. He was in Detective Pikachu. That was a good movie. Probably one of the last ones I saw in theater.
What was he in the Total Recall remake?
Does anyone want to know?
No, I'm good.
I sat through that and I can't tell you anything about that movie.
It says Matthias. I have no idea who that is.
I don't either.
The original Total Recall does not hold up well.
That was a good movie too. The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel. That was a good movie.
Yeah, that's a pretty good film.
I've heard that, but I haven't seen that one yet.
I think they made a sequel to it, or they were going to. He does a lot of voice work too. So
The Curse of the Pink Panther, nice.
What? He was in Underworld?
Curse of the Pink
Panther.
Panther.
He was one of the.
Yeah,
he was the big bad in the first one.
Yeah, didn't recognize him at all. Wow.
Curse of the Pink Panther was the one without.
Here's one for you: Night of the Comet.
Wow.
Oh, that's with the guy who played Chakotay from Star Trek Voyager. Yeah.
Oh, he was my favorite part of Voyager.
Yeah.
No, that's my official statement. Officially, that was my favorite part of Voyager. That's the official statement if any female asks.
I liked Paris. He was okay in Voyager.
Paris was okay. What was the
Harry?
No, the little alien guy. What was his name?
Neelix, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He was okay.
God, he's been in a lot of stuff, man.
Yep. What year are you at now?
I'm in the 90s now.
I'm in the 80s, so it doesn't get better.
Yeah,
He's
some
got
of these are-
he's
some
got
of
like
these
4
are-
credits a year at this point.
Some of these are really
Yeah, it's
dogs.
getting to the stuff you've never heard of at this point.
It's getting to the stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah, like the one episode TV show appearance.
Like
Wow.
the Canterbury Tales. What
You-
English actor has never been in the Canterbury Tales? I mean, let's be honest.
He was in a Little Lord Fauntleroy TV movie, uncredited. Bet you they're regretting that. Like he definitely paid his dues. Like that's what that
He was in Shaun of the Dead. Nice.
Yeah. He paid his dues for sure.
For sure.
Oh yeah, he's got a back
I love
out.
IMDb has a mistake in it.
Oh, does it?
It has the poster of Love Actually, but it's the Constant Gardener.
Oh,
Nice.
But yeah,
that's perfect.
pretty awesome.
That must be on your screen. It looks accurate on mine.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's weird then.
Yeah.
Caching issues. All right, kids. I got stuff to finish up tonight, so I will see you guys in a few hours because it's
All
now
right.
tomorrow.
Yeah. For us
Night.
poor
I gotta
Eastern
finish-
Seaboard people.
Yeah, well, I still got a couple things to finish up tonight.
Like sleep.
Yeah, probably another hour and a half.
Do you think about sleep?
Think about what? What's that? What word was that?
It's
What
that
is
thing you do
intended?
when your body gives up.
It's that thing that happens.
Oh, passing out. Yes.
Oh wait, I've got a notice here from Richard. What's this say?
I don't know. What did it say?
I'm just in my emails.
No.
Looks like I'm supposed to be somewhere early tomorrow online.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be somewhere early tomorrow myself online, but. and
Oh,
then
good.
kind of-
Oh, thank goodness. It's not as early as I thought. Thank goodness. Okay. I thought it was supposed to be 9 a.m. Thank goodness. Okay. It's not till 1. All right.
Oh, that's with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I said it was an email from you.
Yeah.
What are you yawning for? It's like what, 9 o'clock?
9:22.
So
I
late.
was up till 4 yesterday. Well, that's a normal day for me. But I'm surprised I slept at all.
I kept
Yeah.
waking up.
You keep talking about sleep now, won't it?
Luckily, I had a presentation that somebody did that was 3 hours long that I could sleep.
We heard.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
I actually wasn't sleeping through it. I just had it in the background.
You were just watching the keyboard.
I was multitasking, which is typical of me. But
Yeah, and I got a drone on again tomorrow for another couple hours. You know, Jesus.
I think he was eating at one point.
I was eating at one point. Yes.
All right. Well, all of you kids have fun.
That
but-
I will.
A good one.
Not too much fun without me, because, like, you know.
That I won't. It'll be empty in my life. Half of me will be empty because you're not here.
I'm here for you. I'm here to fill the empty spot of your soul to make it a much darker place.
Come to the dark side.
We have beer and cookies.
Yes. Gotta have the cookies.
They're the fun kind of cookies.
Butterscotch. Gotta do that.
No.
Snickerdoodles.
Has to be the white macadamia nut.
Here's a question for you. What's your favorite Mel Gibson movie?
My favorite
Ugh.
Mel Gibson movie.
Do I have a favorite Mel Gibson movie?
Payback.
Either
Do I have a favorite Mel Gibson
No,
movie?
it's second Mad Max.
You know, I don't think I have.
Thunderdome. Oh no, not Thunderdome.
Road Warrior, yeah.
Road Warrior. Yeah.
How many? I don't think I've watched
Is
more
it
than
wrong that I
3.
think Thunderdome's pretty good?
I don't think I've watched more than 3 Mel Gibson movies.
Really?
Yeah,
How did you come through the 80s?
I was watching all the comedy.
There were comedies in 1980?
There were.
He
It
did.
was. It was. Remember, and in the early '80s, I was still very young.
With the 3 comedies that he did.
Guess what? Guess what my favorite Mel Gibson movie is?
Lethal Weapon.
There you go.
That's my favorite too.
Actually, I prefer the second one, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I prefer the second one. The first
like
one,
The Daniel Craig look-alike guy.
the first one, I think took itself too seriously.
Oh no.
The second one leaned a little more to my taste at the time.
Okay, so what's your favorite Danny Glover movie then?
Predator 2.
Trying to think of what I've seen him in now, besides Lethal Weapon. Oh, what has he been in? He was in something. No, we're gonna have to go with number 2 as well. I somehow dodged both of them entirely. I
He
don't
was
know
the
how I did that.
president in 2012, so you could do that.
All right, here's
Fantastic
one for you.
movie.
Your
that's
favorite
right.
Louis Gossett Jr. movie.
That was a decent
Oh.
movie.
Well, it's gotta be
2012
R&B.
was a decent movie.
No, you are wrong, sir.
What, an officer and a gentleman.
Oh, hell no.
Lou
Enemy
Gossett Jr.
Mine.
But that's my least favorite.
Yeah,
Dennis
Enemy Mine actually is a good one. That's the one where he's playing like an alien, right?
Right.
Like randomly generates a kid for no
Is
reason.
that
Yeah.
possible that could be my favorite Louis Gossett Jr. movie, but my least favorite Dennis Quaid movie?
Sure. Yeah, it was one of those things I was very hit or miss on Dennis Quaid, but
Inner Space is my favorite Dennis Quaid.
Oh,
Inner Space is a fun movie.
I'm looking at. Geez, he's been in some dog shit. Danny Glover.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at it too right now.
well,
The Rainmaker.
I had no idea it was in the Royal Tenenbaums, but that would probably be my favorite then.
Who is he in Royal Tenenbaums? I don't remember him being in that.
I don't either.
Probably a waiter.
In what?
Royal Tenenbaums, one of those Wes Craven ones.
Yeah.
Wes Anderson.
Angels in the
Wes An-
Outfield.
yeah.
Excuse me.
oh, there
Yes,
you go.
Very different director.
Yeah.
Wes Anderson.
Not
That
really.
would probably be for Danny Glover. That'd probably be one of the better ones that I've seen of his, besides the Lethal Weapons, which Mel Gibson and
Which one is
company
that? Richard?
carried him through. Is Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, Angels in the Outfield was pretty good.
That's not a bad one. Shooter's a good movie. Danny Glover's character is not all that prominent in it, but he's in it.
I don't know. This is not a good resume, dude. I mean, it's a long one, but it's not all that great.
Yeah,
I think he was in that one with Jack Nicholson too, Bucket List, wasn't he?
No, that's Morgan Freeman.
That's
Yeah.
Morgan
Okay,
Freeman.
I'm getting them mixed up. My bad.
That was I actually liked that movie. The
I
Bucket.
thought it was a decent movie.
What was your favorite Morgan Freeman movie?
Mm,
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, that's probably it, isn't it?
yeah, I'd probably have to go with that.
Morgan
I mean,
Freeman.
he's a pretty good god, but
Yes.
Yeah.
you know,
What was it?
I don't know. I kind of like this character in Red too.
Red is source of a great many scenes by actors.
Oh shit! You know he was good in Seven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah. 7.
fantastic in Seven.
Very, very good.
That's a
Yeah,
great
both of the Red
That was
movies
a
were a
good
lot of
enough movie.
interesting
Um,
scenes.
Morgan was.
Oh, that's another good one too. It's old as shit, but that's a good movie. Lean on Me.
Yes.
Oh,
Eh. I'm not so sure I enjoyed that one.
No,
Where is it?
Eh.
I did when I watched it, but it's probably been 30 years.
That wasn't a very good movie. That wasn't a very good movie. That was definitely not a
$1
good
Million
movie.
Baby. That's a pretty
Oh, yeah.
good film.
That was a depressing movie.
Yeah, no kidding.
There, I can come back on now. I'm done.
Nurse Betty. That's a pretty good film.
Who are we looking at now?
Morgan Freeman.
Oh, the all the Fallen movies, but they're not good.
Okay, I'm going to throw out there the most important and relevant movie of the 1980s.
Okay.
a
Howard the
film.
Duck.
I liked that movie as a kid.
That's
movie was it?
exactly what I was going to say. Was Howard the fucking Duck?
Oh, that was fantastic.
I liked Howard the Duck.
It
Leah
gets
Thompson.
crapped on far too much.
Is that really
Young
what
Leah.
you're trying to say?
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
it
and-
is.
like you don't even get they
Are
never
you
explain
serious?
logistics.
Yes.
Yes,
You're
Hang
serious?
on. Yeah, I'm trying to say.
they don't have to explain logistics. It's just a fun, messed up
It's not even my
movie.
favorite Leia Thompson film.
I just can't believe
Well,
I
yeah.
guessed it.
What, you didn't appreciate her for her 5-second appearance in the Back to the Future movies?
No, my favorite Leia Thompson film has to be. Let me see.
I don't remember if that's on this. I think it's on the other machine. Shit.
It's. I mean, obviously, Breakfast Club's up there, but
Oh yeah, Breakfast Club, Short Circuit, The Outsider.
Short Circuit was good.
Number 5's alive.
That movie annoyed me even then.
You know what movie I have to see again soon? Batteries not included.
Oh, that's actually not a really bad movie.
It's pretty good.
And when
It's-
I bought the first
stick
time,
to
I
the
watched
time,
it,
though.
I was a kid, so I was
Yeah.
kind of like, at first, I was really uninterested.
Yeah.
But I watched it afterwards as an adult, and
Yeah.
I actually on TV. It was like one of them Saturday
kind of
afternoon
wonderful.
movies.
That's a great Leia Thompson film.
That one wasn't bad. That isn't bad.
That was I think I was in like grade 7 or so.
Jaws 3D,
Oh yeah, there's
God,
your
that
big
was
claim to
awful.
fame.
Red
That was
Dawn,
god awful.
the original Red Dawn. She's
Yeah,
really
it was.
Well, there's a fun fact.
That was.
Leah was in Jaws 3D as well.
There we go.
Casual Sex, which is a really funny movie with Andrew Dice Clay in it. Not a great film, but
Oh,
Here you
fuck,
go, Joe. Right here for you.
Uncle
Oh, nice.
Buck.
Yeah, that's a great feathered hair you got there with Leah and Howard there.
Oh Jesus!
She was younger then.
I can't believe that was what you were going to say. I did
Yep.
not. Totally did not think that was what you
It's a
were going to say.
classic.
Because I was.
It's a classic, and it's gotten more attention since the Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah. You've
Yeah,
been
so-
spending too much time around me, Rich.
I don't even think I've ever heard you talk about it. That's just so.
I haven't, but I'd like to say
It's a secret shame.
it's not so secret. I was looking.
Not
to see-
anymore.
I paid $5 to buy it on DVD.
But wasn't
so-
that who was the director behind that?
Steven? When that was
Was that Spielberg?
yeah, it was Spielberg.
no.
Yeah, because he did not like it.
Was it
He-
Spielberg?
Was he a producer?
Or was
he
it-
didn't direct it, did he?
I don't
It
remember.
was-
Let's see.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yep, same.
William Hudick is the director.
Jim Hudick.
That obviously was a career maker for
But
him.
Wow. Where are you?
He was actually the writer of Temple of Doom, American Graffiti, and Best Defense.
That was a
Hmm.
Lucas. That was a Lucas.
Lucas.
film.
That's right. It was Lucas.
Yeah.
Well, Lucas did the special effects, but
Who was it?
Willard Hudick is the director. So
All right, let me go through this full cast.
he looks like Howard the Duck, actually. I'm not kidding.
Tim Robbins.
I
Well,
don't
there's
remember
some-
Jeffrey Jones in that movie, but that's pretty awesome.
There are some names in this.
yeah,
You just-
I mean,
The number of people who basically have this on their resume.
It was either this or Masters of the Universe. And they had to make a
Oh, that
yeah, well, if
Dolph
you got to
as
pick.
He-Man. That was a fun movie. And stupid and not really worth seeing twice.
To think that the great Shakespearean actor Frank Langella played Skeletor is just mind-boggling to me.
The Dolph Punisher movie gets
Oh.
maligned a bit, but I kind of like
I
that.
I
enjoyed
have it. I have
Yeah.
it on DVD.
Because I mean, while it was not great, I thought
Yeah.
it captured at least some of the spirit
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Um,
Dolph's suddenly been showing up lately on stuff. like just this past year, like the last couple of years, he's been suddenly back in the spotlight again.
He was in Aquaman.
Creed 2 is a
Yep.
terrible film.
Which one?
Creed 2, that's just an
Oh.
yeah, he's been in. Yeah, he was in all the Expendable movies, right? Is he in
Yep.
all of them?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
think
kill him
so.
in the
I
first
don't
one, and then
think
they
all-
bring him back.
Yeah, doesn't he die and come back in one of them?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. That's how you get across that they're expendable.
Yeah, speaking of wrestlers turned actors, and Ronda Rousey's in that too, isn't
Yeah.
she?
She was in
Yep.
one of them, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's in the last one.
Third one, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis, and they
You
have
know,
like, Stallone.
Schwarzenegger counts as an athlete.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
He made it big.
Yeah.
He
made it big.
bodybuilding is an athletic.
Well, when you look like Arnold, yes. Like he went on to found his own bodybuilding competitions. It's like that's how committed he is to it.
Okay. I'll
He's-
give you that one.
He's having fun now with movies. What was the movie he was in? What was it? He was in a weird comedic movie recently, a couple years ago. Really, really weird. Probably his last credit too. Come on,
He's not
IMDb.
dead.
No, I mean, like, I don't think he doesn't do a lot. I think he's basically doing like indie film stuff with some people. It feels like.
Hmm,
Uh,
that'd be cool.
And Terminator films.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah, those.
What? Where is it? Where is it?
Have you
saw-
all seen the last Terminator? I have not yet.
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
No.
I actually
I
watched
regret it.
Actually, they changed, the story has changed. The story is different. They've kind of like gone away from the original storyline. They make hints towards the original storyline, but
They try to connect it. They try.
They try to connect the original storyline
Yeah.
by using Sarah Connor in it.
Yeah.
And
I can't believe she came back. Honestly,
that
came back to the franchise.
What else
Right,
is, what else is Linda Hamilton doing though? I mean,
Yeah. She's like, okay, you asked at the right time. I mean, the movie I was thinking of was Killing Gunther.
Okay.
It came out in
Yeah,
2017.
Got me.
It's
Dolph was in all three
Yeah.
Expendables.
Killing
Expendables.
Gunther was in
There's only been
2017.
3 expendable movies. I thought there was like 7
It
of them.
felt like it. It's about a bunch of someone puts out a hit on Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, and a bunch of mercenaries basically team up to try and kill him, and he's just ready for them at every turn. It's hilarious. He basically he almost basically plays a parody of himself, and it's on purpose. So it's Schwarzenegger having fun,
Cool.
but it's a small little, like, there's nobody in it worth mentioning. Like nobody. Oh, Taron Killam is in it. That's the main guy.
I mean, in all honesty, I think, going back to Terminator, I think they've just exhausted the storyline, really.
Well, because it's a cash cow.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
It's
didn't 2 just basically destroy the whole entire universe? I mean,
Yeah,
that was
it's like
cool.
the same what they do with Star Wars and everything else. It's
Yeah, there's-
bankable, and they'll keep milking it until nobody else shows up. As long as one person shows up, they'll keep doing them.
Right.
So
Because it's, I mean, the nothing will ever beat T1 and T2.
No, it will not.
They
Agreed.
were the 2 best. T3 was mediocre, and then the rest of them are just kind of rank.
that's like the Highlander films. One was
There's
good.
one Highlander film. There's one Highlander film.
Number three was decent. Number 3 was
It's
decent.
more like the Alien films.
Yeah.
Although Alien 3 was all right. Fincher's
Mm.
was all right.
There is a curse on sequels, basically.
Killing Hicks and Newt off screen. Boo. I
Mhm.
didn't like that.
Well, when you can't get him to come back, I mean, Michael.
Well,
Biehn-
yeah. I understand the reason why they had to do it, but
He
I
Otherwise, people ask.
He
yeah.
was essentially dead anyway. I mean, he was
But
pretty
people will
bad.
keep asking otherwise, so they have to, close any potential loopholes people might pick at.
Very true. And I don't know how they got Fincher to do that movie. That's
Wasn't that one of Fincher's first ones? Like he was like a music video thing. No, it wasn't. Okay.
Oh
No,
no,
no.
he had already done the game at that point.
The
Uh,
game, no, the
Oh,
game
that
was in
was-
'97. Alien 3 was like in
Was it
'94 or
really?
something like
Maybe
that.
it was then.
Yeah.
All right. I will see you kids in a few hours.
Find
Later,
out.
later.
Good
Later.
night. 1992 for Alien 3.
I remember playing it, the Super NES video game version of it.
And yeah, the game was several years later. Oh, that was a good movie too.
I like the game.
Mystery Alaska. That was a fun movie. I like comedy. I like comedy action. So,
Boy, how many goddamn music videos did he do? Jeez.
Yeah, he was a big music video guy before that.
How about Spaceballs?
That was good.
oh, that was good. Mel Brooks in general, though.
And I'm looking at the music videos he's done, and I'm thinking to myself, some of these were awful.
Like what?
Express Yourself.
The
Forever.
Madonna one?
Yep.
Express. Huh, interesting.
Billy Idol's Cradle of Love.
I
All
like
right,
that
folks.
song.
I've got to head out, or my cat will kill me.
All right.
She has a strict 1 a.m. policy for sleep.
Gotcha,
Or at
gotcha.
least I have to pretend to sleep at 1 o'clock for her.
But
She's
you're right.
very-
Alien 3 was his first film.
I'll catch you guys all tomorrow at some
Later,
point, I'm
later.
sure. Take care.
All right, good night. I'm almost there too myself. It's pretty late here. It's 12:40.
All right, we can call
Oh,
it. What happened to Phoebe, by the way?
Not real sure. She was like there, and then all of a sudden, poof. She did do a live last night. Did you not get the link? Or
Yeah, I didn't get anything. I was.
Oh, I
was
swore-
Up till, I was up till like 3 a.m. So.
oh, I swore. Oh, you know what? I think it was just after that. So I was gonna say I swore I messaged you with it. You forwarded a link 3:31 a.m. Yeah, it was 3:30 when I sent it to you, and the only reason I was still up was because that was right at the end. That was right when I was doing the oxygen treatment when she got it up online.
Did she have any guests or anything?
I don't know if she did or not. When I was on watching her, I didn't log in because I was not in good spirit. So I was just watching it while I was sitting here to see if anybody had come in, and I didn't see anybody at that point in time. And I sent you the link before I went to bed. So I don't know I don't even know how long she was on. I just know she was on there, and it is a full live video on Facebook. I don't know if she went live to the page or if she went live to our group. Yeah, it must have been the group.
All right. Well, I have This Week in Indies at 9 or noon your time, so I can hop on after that and be on for the rest of the day if you need me. So.
Awesome. I will be up and on, off and on, but I do need to take a little bit of a hiatus for a little bit so I can wrap up this week's homework.
Yeah, no problem. I can man the ship while you're doing that later on.
Once I get my homework finished and turned in, which I think this week is like I'm writing a few paragraphs on the history of the Fibonacci sequence.
Oh boy, that sounds stellar.
Yeah.
Are you going to include Tool as a reference on that?
Actually, yes, I am.
Nice.
Because I didn't even know about it until I was doing some research and found
it's pretty.
she was on for about an hour by herself. Or at least she was on for about an hour. I don't know if anybody joined her. But I was doing some research on it, and I saw somebody else had made a comment on it that Tool did an entire album based on the Fibonacci sequence, and I was like, well, that's something worth checking into. That's kind of creative. So I'm gonna definitely include that, and I have to include my favorite book, with the Fibonacci sequence, and it's my favorite book, one of my favorite movies. So I have to do that. That's the Da Vinci Code. So I'm going to go with that.
And pi, are you? Pi is also part of that ideal.
Yeah, pi, and then the golden equation or something like that is another part of it. So I gotta.
Was Nash part of the Fibonacci sequence with a Beautiful Mind from A Beautiful Mind? Professor Nash, was he a Fibonacci sequence guy?
I can't remember. I haven't seen that part in any of the.
It probably wasn't. I was just curious. I know that he was like high. There was like, it was like a lot of like calculus and stuff like that he did. But
yeah, no, the guy that did the Fibonacci sequence was Leonardo Pisa of Pisa.
Yeah.
He was the guy that created it. Oh yeah, Nash Equilibria.
Okay.
I guess he's got some. I got to do a lot of research on it, so I can do the history thing. And the worst part is I can't just use anything that I find. I have to physically have really good, reputable sources for my essay. So,
well, Tool has lyric sheets about all over the place. So, and there's all kinds of interviews with Maynard about how he did it. So, there's a Joe Rogan episode that he talks about it quite a bit. I don't remember what the episode was, but if you look up Maynard James Keenan and Joe Rogan, you might find it. You're gonna have to sort through about 4 hours of podcast, but yeah, he's somewhere in there. He talks about it.
I'll have to look it up and see if I can't. I mean, I got a few weeks because what we're doing, how this is working, is each week we're taking. There's like 5 sections of the essay, and each week we're writing a section, and then at the end, like the week before it's due, we combine all of our stuff, put it together as a full essay, and turn it in as a draft, and get some feedback on it, and then we fluff it up and then submit it the following week as our final.
Cool. Awesome.
So tomorrow is just writing the few paragraphs on the history of it. So
fantastic. Have fun with that.
Will do.
So are we officially done for the evening then? Is that the idea?
I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it, go and get some sleep.
That's probably a good idea.
Cool.
So we will see you all tomorrow at some point, gentlemen.
Sounds good. Have a good one.